Hello, I'm back today with collection 17 from UberChic Beauty. If you've never purchased an UberChic Beauty collection before, let me give you a quick rundown of why I love them. She designs these plates so that you get maximum bang for your buck in terms of design potential. She does things like give you layering images. So here you could stamp like these leaves in red and then have this in black over them if you wanted to make them like hearts, or you could do them in a light green and stamp this in dark green over them. And then she also gives you little isolated images that go along with her full nail images, and in this case this one happens to be a layering image as well. So that always gives you lots of flexibility. She gives you images that have different sizes of the same design. So, you know, you might want to have this on an accent nail and this on the rest of your nails, or vice versa. But she gives you that ability to mix and match those patterns and play around with that. In every collection, she gives you a range of things from cute and whimsical to things that are more elegant and fancy, to geometrics that you can play with. So pretty much any mood that you're in, she is going to give you something that can satisfy that mood. She gives you generally at least one infinite image that you can play around with. So if you want to be able to have a manicure that has a similar feel and is cohesive but has different images from all over the same sort of cohesive design, you can do that. Okay, let's take a look at the ones that I skipped over. This beautiful rose kind of flourishy design. And then we've got this beautiful Art Nouveau scrollwork design. Beautiful geometrics and a negative space image to let that polish pop through. She always gives you some negative space designs so that you can let those specialty polishes just really shine through your designs. That was my kitty shadow there, in case you were wondering. And another layering image here of this gorgeous tulip, so you can stamp you know, this in pink and that in green, and then outline the whole thing in black if you want to, or however you want to mix and match. Another kind of damask pattern, but this one has this negative space. Love this. This has such an 80s feel for me, and it's not marked as a layering image. I'm not seeing the arrow that normally marks the layering images, but I wonder if you couldn't layer this, because this definitely seems like it would fit over that. I'm not sure, but so if you're feeling more minimal, you could use that one. If you want something that's a little bit busier, you could go with that, or you could mix and match. Love this, and this pattern is going to repeat in various sizes all across all three different plates in this collection, and I love that she's expanding that even more. So you've got this big one that almost looks like a QR code, right? And then this more little one here, so more littler, and then you've got this this smaller pattern here that's almost like a really tweaky checkerboard. This is one of my favorite images that she has ever done. I love the feel of this medallion that's joined together by these other medallions. And then of course this medallion here in the corner, you've got the big one here, and then that sort of linear one there in the corner. So you can mix and match those, and I think that's just beautiful. And she's swapping out the different portions of the design. Gorgeous. This is sort of like a henna design, but this is different from any of the ones that I've seen her do before, in that she really plays with linear geometrics in this. So if you like that bolder linear geometric style, you can really play around with that. You could get a manicure that looks like that out of this design, or you could get a manicure that looks like that out of this design, and those look completely different. Or, you know, you can mix and match. You can get part of both on one of your design. So you could do this. You could have this like run across your different nails in your manicure, and that could be one kind of manicure. You could just repeat this on all of your different nails. You could repeat a portion like this on all of your nails, and that's much more linear. So you can mix and match this in all these different ways, but you don't have to worry because it's always going to match up because it's the same basic design. Instagood, Nail of the Day, Alive, and Love. She always gives you some sort of inspirational stuff too, which I love. And then these kinds of, this makes me think of parentheses, not parentheses, but brackets. And then more of these little play with designs and squares, which I personally think would go beautifully with that. I personally also think that this goes beautifully with that. So keep an eye out for those matches. All right, this has this optical illusion effect, and this is the smaller version and then more of a close-up version. And I think that the way this goes, this looks like a peace sign. I love that. Then we've got this like leaf motif here that we've got, I know we've got a matching one down here. This is more of an almost henna-like design. You could mix and match it around with that one. Looks kind of cool with that. And you could also mix and match this here with this one, which has more, it's got more of a focus on leaves coming off, but how cool would that be? I'm seeing mix and match potential everywhere in this set. And so I think you could match this one up here with this one there. I think that would look really cool. How you like me now, love it. And then this little paisley angel wing here that's going to match up with this paisley print down there. I don't know how to say, I never know how to say this right. iCat, ECat. So if you like the iCat design, but if you're like me and when you try to do it yourself, you look like you just had some kind of stroke while you were doing your nail art, this would be a great way to mix and match colors and get that effect without being able to do it yourself. Like I can't do it myself. Shattered glass kind of feel and 2 different scales that you can mix and match, and then a bigger version and a slightly different version of that to go with your paisley. This is a layering image, so you can do this in one color. Let's say you wanted this in blue and this in black, and the whole thing is stamped over green. That could be really fun for especially summer manicure. And then she's got this row here. I think also this kind of reminds me of like the Zen stones in a Zen garden, so I could see doing that in shades of gray and white. I think that that could be really, really cool. Have a nice feel to it. And then this goes with that the geometric that I showed you on the previous plate right here. It also goes, I think, with like this geometric right here. You could mix and match with that. You've got this beautiful paisley. Then over here you've got these dotted circles, which are so cool. I guess dashed circles, which are so cool because they almost have a mosaic feel to them. It's almost like you put them together with tiles and you can play around with the different scales. And then we've got the X's here that go with your negative space X's there. I love a good scrolly flower, and so not only does she give you this scrolly flower isolated and then in a full nail image, but look, she gives you one on a frond. And always, whenever she gives you these with the free edges, that's another thing she does a lot that I love. Play around with placement on your nail. Take advantage of the fact that you don't have the limitations of the straight edge up on here, and look at how beautiful that would be, just kind of going across the diagonal of your nail like that. Or you could have it just come up off the bottom of your nail bed, or you could have it dangle, you know, down the top. That would be beautiful. So whenever she gives you, or any maker gives you, the options to play around like that, double check and see all the cool things that you can do. And then this to me is almost like a damask kind of pattern, and then some visual illusions here with waves going different ways that you can mix and match. Okay, so let's move on to 1703. We have another infinity image here, and this one's really awesome because look at all of the detailed free edge that she gives you. So like what I was just saying, play around with these edges because they give you, like, look at how gorgeous that is for, you know, you could use that as a French tip or as this gorgeous like carnation half moon. You could have these coming down half of your nail like this. You could have it coming up half of your nail like that. So there are so many different things that you could do with all of the free edges on this that you just can't do, you know, with a normal image. And then on top of it, you've got like this gorgeous flower here with this match that's a little bit bigger in scale. And then one here that's similar like this one, but flipped. So if you wanted to have like this on your ring finger accent nail on one of your on one of your hands, and you are a little bit, you know, maybe obsessive like I am sometimes about symmetry. So let's say on your other hand you wanted to have the offsetting kind of look. So you can play around with that, and I love the chance to do that with mirror images. And this like open line images is coloring book for adults, which is really cool. So you can lead light, you can make a decal out of it, you can use the Sharpie watercolor technique, which is super, super easy. So if, you know, you're a little bit hesitant about the decals, you can still get great looks, especially with flowers and watercolors go together so well. Some geometrics here, and I love the waves to this are almost like, it's almost like little lips, especially maybe if you did it like that. It's almost like little lips. So you could do that as background for, you know, Valentine's Day or whatever. This is so neat to me with the shape of these petals. It's like this geometric-y kind of flower, and then you've got the negative space here, so you could play around with those two so beautifully. There's just something about that shape that I just love. And then here's that design again, and we've got it playing around with slightly different shapes and different scale. So there's the one from the other plate that can go along with that, and same thing with that. Huge mix and match potential here with all of these different scales and slightly different shapes, but yet all still complementary. And then your little one right there as well. So and then a gorgeous, another little flower here that goes along with your infinite image. And I love this. This is like water marbling. So if you are horrible at water marbling, which I am definitely horrible at water marbling, you can play around with that. You could make a decal with this and go in with your different colors, or just do 2 colors. And this would also make a really cool type of web for Halloween manicures. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, and you know I am for sure. Love this little like diamond shape kind of print here. And of course you've got this layering image here where you can layer this over this, and then you've got these 2 different kinds to match up with this one down here. So just even more flexibility there. Cool little linear here. And then I love this, and I personally think that this goes really well. Maybe I'm just delusional, I don't know, but I think it goes really well with those too. And then now this, she says ×2. It says ×2. I don't know exactly what that means, but I guess like you can stamp this in 2 different colors, or you stamp it maybe in, like, I'm thinking that like this would fit maybe in between this, so you could alternate those. So I'm not quite sure what she means by that with the ×2, but definitely these are meant, you can layer these and it would look gorgeous. And then you've got this one right here, which is a layering image, so this one fits inside of that. So you've got this gorgeous little flower, and then this beautiful intricate little pattern that's in between them, and just this gorgeous mosaic effect. For some reason this makes me feel like warm colors, like warm shades of orange and maybe yellow and red. Maybe over even a gold background would be really pretty. I could see this in like shades of brown and red, and even maybe some beiges or blacks in with that as well. For some reason that calls out to me for that kind of thing. Whereas like with this I see more brighter colors of these kinds of images, although this would be great like with silver over black, or silver over a dark blue for almost a celestial kind of look. So UberChic Beauty's full nail images are so just under 3/4 inch wide, a little bigger than 3/4 inch tall. In terms of centimeters, we have 1.7 centimeters wide and 2.1 centimeters tall. Just to give you a feel for the other elements that are different sizes here, that's 1703, that is 1702, 1701. All right, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Navy Fleet and a clear stamper. Beautiful fine lines and a gorgeous transfer. Oh, gorgeous detail. Gorgeous. Love that. And one with bolder lines. Gorgeous. There we go. All right, 702. Beautiful. Beautiful transfer. This would be great texture, great mix and match image for like a comic book look. Delicate dots. Beautiful transfer. It's like hand-stitched embroidery. Very cool. That would also be great for background texture. Perfect paisley. There you go. And 1703. Beautiful and delicate. So pretty. Gorgeous. Bold and beautiful. Wow. Gorgeous. Beautiful as always. So, yep, top-notch quality as usual, and I will link everything down below, and thanks for watching. Hey, kitty.